Hello, 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 everybody. NextS58 here. Technical difficulties. My apologies. Tonight is a Friday once again, and it's a special Friday. Because this Friday is the last Friday before Anime NYC, ladies and gents. Yes, it is finally time to, get in that zone, get in the zone with it. Let me find, my mistake here. We almost forgot to bring you all back into the picture. Give it up for chat, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I had a fucking, clapping sound effect. What is this? Oh, that is not small in the slightest. I just took the meds that make me yap. So, give me a moment and, we will be in a more in the zone soon. I need to find a playlist to just, let run. This one's 4 hours. We're gonna be playing relaxing coffee jazz. Actually, no, I don't want to do jazz like that. Hold on. It's only an hour though. That's 3 hours. Ba-bam! I think we found it. Where's the pop out? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have that in the corner. Shout outs to Dr. Sax Love on YouTube for this schwanky little mix we're gonna be playing. And, yeah, let's get this started. We're gonna start, as always, with a lesson from the introductory course. I'm feeling drowsy, which is not good. This is with no fucking monsters in, like, goddamn 8 years. Well, not 8 years, in fucking forever feels like. Alright, start a new lesson. We're on the windmill, I think. Did we do the avocado? Did we... Hold on, continue save lesson. We didn't do the avocado. So we're gonna do the avocado first, and then we'll do the main lesson. So we'll do mini lesson, main lesson, and then we'll paint something. My arm hurts. Oh, hello. You've caught me in the kitchen, preparing for a dinner party tonight. I bought some avocados to make guacamole, a delicious Mexican dip. Hey, man, you're, I don't agree, but preach. I just don't like guacamole. At least not much. I'm not too big on the moly. Alright.
It's colorful too.
It fits right in with Mexican folk art, with its vibrant and lively colors. The folk artists of Mexico have used vivid colors for decoration for hundreds of years. From carvings to the very houses they live in, I can't help but be inspired. I painted this one myself, but it's just the sort of thing you might see if you visit Mexico. I'm gonna have to call in a heritage check. Somebody get my boy Nixie on this shit. Can we get a verification? Is this something you'd see in Mexico? Here's a quick painting I did of one of my spare avocados. It's a perfect subject to develop your still life skills from the melon lesson. We've experimented with complementary colors and painting different textures. The hard, shiny nut of the avocado contrasts with the softer flesh. And just as we contrasted the yellow of the melon with the vibrant purple cloth, I've placed our green avocado on a complementary red tablecloth. Here's my painting. I'll just explain how I did it, and then I must get cooking. Started by drawing some outlines with the grid and the smallest round brush. Then I quickly blocked in the main colors, using the outlines as a guide. I used different brushes depending on the size of the surface I was painting. The biggest brush for the cloth, and a medium one for the nut and the flesh areas. Next, I placed the darker shadows to add form and show direction of the light. Then I added the lights using long brush strokes for the table and avocado flesh, and short marks to create rougher texture on the nut. I used a clean brush to blend the colors and soften the shadows and lighting. At the end, I painted the outlines of the avocado skin with a small round brush. I also highlighted the flesh, skin, and nut with a very pale green. I've mixed the colors I used in the palette for you already, so you can dip right in. Remember that using different amounts of paint on your brush will give you extra control, while varying the dilution of paint will change its transparency. Good luck. Alright. Let's get it. I was about to say, how the fuck is this jazz? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, that's a little loud, actually. That's a little loud. I might go on YouTube and lower this. At the source. Damn. Alright. And I'm gonna pop my dead headphone ear off. And now I can hear everyone normally. Now I can hear myself. I can be conscious about yelling and whatever, and trying not to. Alright, just wanted to make sure that was right. So yeah, shit, I guess, oh, let me turn this on. Fucking... Eesh. Alright, view, screen layout, swap screens. There we go. Alright, now we're up there. And, we have the, everything on the bottom that we need. What is the thing to... I think it was like that. Oh, can I not zoom in? Okay, well, I guess said he did it with, like, one of these, right? Do just this. Okay, hold up. Oh wait, fuck, I can't do it like that. Clear artwork. Why is it so off? Pressure sensitivity adjustment. I don't need that. I need, like, calibration. Oops. Not what I was trying to do. Alright, let me just give him a bearing here, because it's off a little. The fan for in here broke. Which is not great. Oh my god, fucking... Okay, hold up. Okay. Configure... Hold on. Fucking, there's gotta be something I can do. This is really not the vibe I'm looking for. Let's see. Okay, this is better. This is more close to what I'm looking for. This is now Relaxing Coffee Jazz by Cafe Music BGM channel. Alright, let me see. Would using my mouse be any better for this? No, it's always going to be off a little bit. Or is it? Alright. Now, if I could zoom in, this would be a lot easier. But I guess I can't. Alright, so let me... Why is it like this? Why is it like this? Maybe I need to do this? Or you know what? Maybe I need to just... Alright. Maybe game mode is what I need? Okay, no, that is not what I need either. Alright, let's see. If I have both on. Why is this always giving me fucking trouble? Alright, let's see if it works with neither of those on. Just regular old tablet mode. Oh, I broke the replacement mouse. Maybe it's a problem of the screen swap. Maybe it's a problem caused by that. Maybe that's why. Would the game prefer me use the mouse? This is fucking annoying. This is really fucking annoying. This is so goddamn frustrating. I'm gonna just start over here instead. See, this one responds properly. This area responds properly. So I don't know why the further out I get, the less the game wants to work with me. See, this one's going not terribly, I think. I mean, it doesn't really look like an avocado. It looks more like trout, I think. But, you know, we take what we're given. So how many of y'all are thinking of going to Anime NYC? How many of y'all are doing that? Because I'm doing that soonish. Okay, I'm gonna save here. Save session. Even though it's dog shit, you know, we can maybe save ourselves the headache. And then here, you know, we'll start from here. Maybe starting on this edge will be easier and not make me want to kill myself. Mine are a little more rounded. That's alright. Yeah, no, it's literally a screen issue. It is a fucking screen issue. Alright, we're gonna quit and then come back. Introductory course, continue saved lesson, resume. It is a fucking screen issue. It is a thing with the game. Hold on. Configure. Maybe system? touch, configure. Alright, you know what? Maybe the problem is the size of the window. I don't see how, but let me do this. Forgive my dog shit here. Alright. Alright, hold on. Let me... Hold up, fucking... Control and Z... Okay, I guess it's fucking not that. This would be so much fucking easier if this stupid ass fucking thing would just work with me. I think once I get up to the top, that's where the issues lie. Yeah, once I get up to this fucking corner, that's where the issues become magnified. I just have to be fast. I just have to be fast. It doesn't even need to look good. This is the underlying thing. Jesus, I don't remember Citra being this bad. Look at that. Look at how fucking mangled that is. All because this stupid ass fucking program. Hold on, let me bring it back down to what it normally was. This is the smallest I can make it. Oops. Alright. Alright. We can fix all that up. I'm not fucking doing this again. Small round brush. Oh. So basically fucking do that and then do the... Okay. Dick. Alright, I don't think we need the grid anymore necessarily. So, yeah. I mean, I'm excited for Anime NYC, frankly, but I don't know. Part of me is like worried. Mostly because I don't know if I'm going in with enough. You know? Like, I always worry, like, I'm gonna go in with, like, you know, too much, or I'm not gonna go in with enough. And then, you know, I'm worried that it's gonna all fall apart. Yeah. I think I fucked up. I'm gonna drink again. Let me see if it's like this in free paint or if it's really just like a issue. Okay, let me really quick. Let me show you what's going on here. Why is it not showing on both? Okay, right. So, up here, perfectly fine, follows it. Up here, what the fuck? This has never happened before. This has never happened to me, like, you know, at all until today. Why is the entire, why is it up to fucking here? Everything gets fucking side split. I turn the air on and it's not helping. Hold up. I'm gonna... Okay. Stop. Open again. If this works, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, it didn't, so... I need to pause the jazz for a second. This is fucking so frustrating. What on God's green earth makes this fucking game think you can do this? Like, you see what I'm talking about. It's so high up there. Okay, that didn't fix. Okay, some people say going full window works and fixes it. So let's see. Nope. No, I don't want fucking edge. Okay, let me close Citra for a moment. Hold on. Fucking... Or, hold up, wait, let me... Config folder. I don't see a config. This sucks, this sucks. This really, 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 really sucks. No, that's it. It's not it. Not it either. Doesn't work. Alright, so I can't do that, and I just closed all the fucking... Okay. This blows, man. Okay, hold up. Okay. I hate the fucking Discord overlay bullshit. No, no. Oh, wait, hold up. So it just wants me to delete the config folder. But then wouldn't that get rid of all my... Alright, you know what? I'll copy it, paste it in documents, and then delete it. Okay, that did not do what I wanted it to, so let's bring that back. What the fuck, dude? Oh my fucking... No. Okay, everyone's still there. So I just have to redo the fucking things. Great, great fucking... Okay. So all that's there. And new game directory. Okay. So then there's those ones. Please tell me that did not get rid of all the fucking saves. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. It shouldn't have. Oh, that's right. Okay, first off, that. Second off, fucking... Alright, the system stuff is right. Alright, there we go for that. Now, where was the other one? I think it was in E. Okay, there we go. That's... Now, did that fix it? Did that fix it? It didn't. It didn't. That didn't even fix it. So I went through all that for nothing. I think I might move to lime. I think this will be the last stream on Citra, specifically. And I think we might move to lime. Because lime seems to be much better. We'll just suffer through it. We'll suffer through it. Honestly, who's to say we can't just go our own way? Right, forgot we gotta do this shit. Give me a moment, everyone. Alright, and then sure. Alright, so why don't we just start by painting in all this? And then we can leave this on and then just go around it. Like, I'll leave the outline for this one, but then from here, we'll just do the fucking... Just do the other one, like, whoever cares. I don't care. It's a rough day for me. It's a rough day for me. But you know what? It'll all be worth it because I'm gonna have a great time tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby afterwards. I'm gonna see some cool ass cosplays. I'm gonna spend $50-something at the Nikkei booth. Might do karaoke with Hollow Stars if that is on Sunday, not Sunday, Saturday. And if not, then you know what? At the very least, I'm going to Korean barbecue with my friends. And nothing can take that away from me. Nothing on this bitch of an earth can take away the fact that I'm going to spend a phenomenal day out with friends tomorrow. And that's going to be great. And I implore anyone who's watching or anyone who knows me, I will be posting about it on Twitter before I leave tomorrow. If you see me, then, you know, come say hi. I will be dressed as Bob from Tekken, specifically the, I believe, Tekken 8, not Tekken 8 version. Because Tekken 8 is the one where he's got the Hawaiian shirt look going, and I'm not going to be that. I'm going to be the original, red shirt Bob. Because it's the look I'm familiar with. It's the look that I think most people are familiar with. I was going to do the Hawaiian version, but I'd have to make my dog shit goatee, blonde for that instead of just filling it in with a little pencil. So, unfortunately, we're not doing that. But that's okay. It just means that I'm gonna have a little bit more fun being Bob than I would if I was going for, Tekken 8 accuracy. Look at this. This is so much better because it's actually responding to me. It's wide enough to where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a mistake regardless. Starting to hurt my eyes a little, but that's fine. That's what paint is supposed to do. Kinda. Painting is supposed to hurt. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a fucking liar. Now, is this the... Let me save this, because this is actually, probably the best... This is probably the best I'm getting so far. Some of the best paintings were done by just freeballing it. Now, am I saying that I am one of the best to do it? No. Am I saying I'm freeballing it? Yeah. Oh wait, wrong. Forgot to change the color. Now I'm just getting the basic shape and filling it in here. I'm going to use the pointier brush in a second to get the intended effect. We'll go with medium point. But yeah, no, if you see me and you know me from Twitter, or if you know me from this, feel free to stop by and say hi while I'm browsing shit, Please don't stab me. I think that would be kind of lame, but, if you're not there to stab me, then, you're cool. I'll say hi. I'll bum out, take a picture if you want. It's no biggie to me. Alright, now for this. I'm going to use a big one for this. Because I feel like with this, the big ones don't disappoint as much. That's way darker than it needs to be. We're talking this one? No. This one? Ah, yeah, this is the one I used. Well, hold up. Let me cover that up. My only request is that if anyone from stream is going to meet me, if you're a fan of this, I have one request. I want someone to give me a Labubu. not for me. I'm gonna give it to N. Just, putting that out there. But they have tasked me with getting them something weird. So I think nothing could be weirder than recruiting someone who watches stream to get me a Labubu for them. Preferably one that's fucked up looking. Like, if it's a bootleg or whatever, then that's better. Like, the worse it looks, the better. Honestly, number one thing any of you could get me, if you do see me there and you bring this as like a joke, the Labubu with Kanye West's face. I think that would be funny as shit to get from someone who watches the channel, and then like also have just in my possession. I think that would be funny as shit. You don't have to do this. This is a request. This is not, me asking anything genuinely. But I do think that would be funny as shit. That's not the right color. I think that's it. I wish there was like a color swatch that I could use for comparing. But yeah, no, that would be a big help if anyone from stream is gonna be there and wants to meet and do something funny. But that's a big ask, I know. Just for like a bit. But it would be a pretty funny bit, if I do say so myself. Recruiting fans to get me a Labubu. Alright, I think I'm fucking with this lesson a little more. The more I'm just like freeballing it. Honestly, let's do it like this. I think we can freeball it from here. And I think I just want to... I'm only going to check back to see what colors Vincent was using. Yeah, that's the one from the paper. One from the paper for that. I guess other places that you'll be able to find me throughout the day. I'm definitely going to be at the Nikkei booth. I'm hoping to meet some people I know there from Nikkei Twitter. I think that would be fun as hell to see some of you there. But aside from that, I'm going to be wandering around looking for anything interesting. Definitely going to be looking at plushies and figures a lot. Because, it's me. Are we really shocked that the, fat guy who does nothing but, who spends like a whole day reposing every figure he owns is going to be looking for more figures to repose? Like, come on. I still have to look over the vendors fully, but I do know that there is one Artist Alley vendor I am going to be checking for sure, Miss Necopon, the girlfriend to the wonderful Pyrex, and I'm going to be going there just because, I'm going to buy something obviously, but I want to give thanks to them for, being what kind of led me into falling into the Nikkei fandom and subsequently being very, very obnoxiously engrossed by the good aspects of it. Because, there's good and bad aspects to all fandoms. You're never going to have nothing but you're never gonna have only good eggs. Some people are gonna be assholes, but you know, it's about learning to take the assholes with the rays of sunshine. And Miss Negopon and Pyrex are both incredible rays of sunshine. At least in my opinion, for the Nikkei community. Honestly, this isn't too bad. I think I kind of fucked with this one. I think I kind of ate. I think I mothered. I think that's one of the ones they say. I believe. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop before I say something cancelable. Which, knowing me, is a very real possibility. Not because I say bad shit, but just because I'm stupid. Although, I guess, you know, I do say some bad shit sometimes. But it's usually comedically overblown. You know? Like, sure, there's some truth to me saying I'm gonna piss on William Shatner's grave, but that's more because, you know, that's more because I find it funny to uphold that, like, quote-unquote grudge, that I'm sure, like, anyone who watches me actually does. Like, I find the bit funny, but it's not for everyone, and that's fine, you know. Not all of us are, you know, not all of us want, you know, care that much about Love Live. Not all of us are into Love Live. The people who aren't are wrong. But, you know, we can agree to disagree on things, and one of those things would just have to be that William Shatner, I'm going to piss on his grave for disrespecting Maki Nishikino while also gassing up Sonata Umi. It's simple as. I hope I see some Uma cosplayers. I hope I see some people from the Uma community. And I also hope that I see some merch of vodka. And vodka specifically. Because that is N's, as we've been calling them, horsey. Which is like portmanteau of horse and Oshi. Horsey. Which I think that should catch on. I think, if anything, that should be the legacy that I leave, is that Horsey catches on. I think that would be baller. But yeah, I really hope I can find something for them. They're sending me in there with. Let me check how much they're sending me in there. I didn't count it because they counted it and I should have counted it again. So sending me in like 20, 40, 60. They're sending me in with $80 for them, for their budget. So I don't know how much my budget is going to be, but I know I am absolutely going to find them something. Now, whether that is, I'm probably just going to skulk Artist Alley for them. Because I think they would much rather me do that than spend it all on one thing for them. Which, I mean, you know, I would feel probably the same unless there was, like, you know, some kind of Olgody merch at, you know, some, like, kind of official Olgody thing that I could get for me. Or Nikkei merch, which I am gonna get, because, you know, I think it's like 50-something, 55 gets you a free helm card from the Nikkei card game. So that's, you know, fucking I gotta. You know, I have to. if only because Helm is like tangentially related to Cinderella, kind of. Alright, I think I fucked with this bit. I think I ate. Right, that is the exact thing. I think this is the... No, that is dark. I think this is what I'm supposed to... Yeah, baby. I think I was supposed to use the medium wide brush for that. Or maybe the small? I don't know. I think it might have been small. And I'm supposed to leave at least a little bit of this open. See, this is how you add real texture. It's not, it's, you know, you cut into what you did. Alright, now this is wet brush, no... I think wet brush. Maybe it's not wet brush. We'll go large and then... Hold up. First, actually, we'll save here. Save session. Okay. Overwrite the slot. Continue. And then we'll just you know, I think I need at least one dip of water, and I think I need to use this. Add like a Gaussian blur to everything. Meow, fuck out the way. Today has been rough. It's been rough on me in the fact that I have like fuck all to do anymore, while also having tons of shit that I gotta do. Like I gotta clean my room a little. But I instead choose to spend my time doing nothing. Well, I didn't do nothing today. I watched, N has been wanting to watch The Amazing Digital Circus for like a while, and I finally pushed them into it, and they're really fucking with it, and I'm so glad they are, because I knew they would. They would, and I'm so glad that they are. And I'm so glad that I'm right. But you know, I'm glad they gave it a shot, and I'm glad they enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you know, we caught up. We're fully up to episode 6. And their emotional state has been sufficiently fucked from it. Gooseworks, you goddamn mad woman. I aspire to be as good as, like, there's very few, like, YouTubers or, like, artists that I can, like, pinpoint who I want to, who, like, I aspire to be as good as. And Gooseworks is easily like top 5, top 3 maybe even. Like her shit is just golden all the way around. There's not a single bad thing that I've seen from Gooseworks. So like, you know, easily like top 10, like top 5, top 3 even. People I aspire to be. Or like aspire to be like. I should also throw in a little bit of, because there's still like a stripe there. And I think it does want me to dry brush a little bit. I think it wants me to do this dry, but it comes out looking so fucking bad dry. Unless that's the point, to make it look bad-ish, but like, I don't know, I feel like I should be doing it. I feel like I should be able to replicate what the game is doing, and to do that I need water. I need to like soft brush it. Sometimes I doubt my abilities like very heavily, and I know I shouldn't, because I know I'm more capable than I let myself believe. But at the same time, I feel like every decision I make on my own isn't good enough. I'm going to be on the meds that I'm taking tomorrow, and I think I might bring some with me. Not because I think I need them, but because I think it would be funny to ask my friends if they want Ritalin. And just kind of like, you know, be the group dealer to a degree. I think I'm supposed to bridge the gap here a little. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Fucking look at me. Fucking hot shit. Alright, I gotta do small picky pecks of light on the nut. And then small thin. He outlined them in like a dark green. You're not fooling me. Alt enter. Alt enter. Alt tab. Tab. Escape. Oh, okay. Thank God. All right. I don't know what step he did this in, because I didn't see it, but I noticed it, and it's gonna be the thing that makes me lose my fucking mind. Because it's, you know, it's something that has to like be dragged up. Maybe I can like brush it a little with the water, make it a little better. Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Fucking blend it out a little bit. Make it not look as jagged, and then like hit a little on this side too. It's looking very pixely, which is weird. And then I have to do it on the other avocado too. Which this one shouldn't be as bad, but you know. It's like a bluish tint, which I guess makes sense, you know. Avocados do have kind of a blue tint to them, which I find very fascinating, because I think that's like the only time in nature that I can really pinpoint in my mind where blue is like a naturally kind of occurring hue, but it's not fully blue, is it? It's like a bluish green. This must be like fascinating for a therapist. I think I should, like, once I get a therapist, once I get on like Medicaid, I should just be like, okay, you have homework this time, not me. Your homework is to watch this stream where I'm not medicated, and then watch this stream where I am medicated, and tell me why I'm different in each. and preferably with like a handy little chart. Because I like charts. I like charts a lot. I like charts, but I don't like making them. I like looking at them. I like getting the information off of a chart, but it's not the same if I'm like... It's not the same if you make one, you know? Something smells good. Someone's cooking. I don't know why saying someone's cooking made me think of that one fucking video. Was it cut in half? Now hold on. How the hell can you tell if a damn sandwich was cut in half? That's such a good fucking... I've been stalling on it because I don't have... Well, firstly, I don't have the space to download the stuff for it, but I also don't have a headset of my own. But there's this one, like, VR chat, like, comedy club thing that I keep seeing. Or that, not that I keep seeing, that I have saved. I have the map for it saved. And I kind of want to go, and I kind of want to, like, do a set. But it's been so long since I've actually done a proper stand-up set that... Oh, wow, that went by fast. It's been so long since I've ever done, anything close to a stand-up set that I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck it up, you know? Alright, well, I guess we finished the lesson. Whoa. What the fuck? Emulation speed unthrottled. Whoa. Unthrottled? No. Okay, firstly, put this back down to like 6. I think I had it like 67. Secondly, configure emulation unthrottled. No. Continue. Emulation speed. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's like steadily increasing. It's at 676. Pause. Configure. Fucking system. Okay, hold on. Stop. Configure. Emulation speed just 100. Why the fuck was it uncapped? Alright. Okay. First of all, do that. Second of all, what the fuck, dude? Properties. Set emulation speed 100. Okay. What the fuck happened there? Crazy. Continued saved lesson. Resume this, and then we can be done. Oh no, I think it was like 87, maybe. Or was it 78? I think 78. Okay, finish lesson. What was causing that? You finished your painting. Oh, wait, hold on. You finished your painting? Marvelous. I finished my guacamole too. In painting, Like cooking, you learn to balance opposites to create a rich, appealing result. This guacamole is enticing, but I must resist. There's more food to prepare. Well done for completing this lesson. I'll see you soon. Yeah, we'll save the session and then back out and then yeah. Honestly, all right. This is going back to the Anime NYC bit for a moment. I think if I can't thin out, I think I'm gonna start doing like joke cosplays. Like I think if I can't thin out by the next one, my bit is gonna. I think I'm gonna do like Fat Ogre as a bit. Honestly, this one's good enough that I think I might export it. Alright, let's quit, and then let's move on to our next lesson. She was pretty good. So, let's get that next lesson done. A windmill. This is gonna be good. I can already feel it in my bones. This is gonna be solid. Really quick though. I just want to check. All right. You know what? Actually, first, I am going to give myself a moment. We're going to be right back, and I'm going to go take a shit because I gotta shit. I'll see you in a moment. Hello, I'm back. Sorry. Took a little longer than I expected because I wanted to run some stuff by my mom really quick because, tomorrow's the big day. I need to cut my hair a little for the wig and all that. Yeah, let's get into this next bit. I still need to confirm some plans, but I think the idea is I'm going with my friend, Ugg. And then, I'm gonna, how nice to see you here today. I came out here to study this magnificent windmill in preparation for a painting. I'm creating an homage to the famous story of Don Quixote, dueling windmills. This is a perfect subject for learning how to reduce a complex object into easy geometric shapes. So, why don't we sit down, enjoy the scenery, and get started? Alright, let's get it. In stage 1, we're going to sketch out the shapes of our scene. Gray paper will work for this drawing, letting us put in just the darkest and lightest parts. When starting a drawing, it's common to use what we call construction lines. These are lines that establish the basic shapes beneath the complicated forms of a structure. Objects can be broken down into simple 3D forms, like cubes, spheres, cones, and cylinders. These 3D forms can be broken down further into planes, flat surfaces, or faces. We'll talk a little more about the importance of understanding planes later. But the reason for simplifying is to gain an understanding of how something is constructed. It's like the way architects and designers use straight lines to build up a complex drawing. Before we think about form, let's get our two-dimensional shapes drawn in. The main shapes in this scene are several rectangles and a triangle. We'll use the 2H pencil with the grid to measure out their sizes and shapes. Let me do mine, so you can refer to it if you need to. It's always nice to have this moment where he just does his own thing. I didn't even realize that mod was paywall. That's fucked. Sorry, got distracted. Whoopsies. You'd think that these fucking meds would fix this. That's all there is to it. Let's get cracking. Swap screens. Throw this on. Alright. Alright, let's see. Do we have the, shit ready? Okay, we do. Oh, and we have the zoom back. Alright. Now, he's building from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's 4 blocks tall from the bottom. That's where he started is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from the bottom. And then It's not quite all the way up there, but it's you know. See, this is what I like. This is the chill game that Art Academy can be. I needed something like that. I tended to decide streams very arbitrarily. You know, I don't really have a rhyme or reason why I choose certain, you know, games on certain days. But I do have sort of an internal consistency that I work with, and that consistency is that if I need a fucking break, I need a fucking break. And by God, did I need a fucking break? This is going to break stream a little, but it is something I need to do really quick to get this line down proper. Alright. There we go. Sorry. I would turn the tablet, but it's a pretty big tablet, so I can't really do that as easy. But I think we got the general gist of it pretty well. Connected right there, and we've done the hardest part of this as of now, which is the goddamn annoying ass that area. Let's see. Did he draw in the fence? I don't think he did. So we're not going to. Why does it feel like it's so light? Am I not using the right? No, I'm using the 2H. Huh. What else can I talk about? Oh, fucking, has anyone been keeping an eye on that, one? I don't know, there's this, I like to follow some, like, you know, people, like, doing character roleplay accounts on Twitter, because it's, you know, it can be funny. And there's this one that's doing fucking, Symboli Rudolph from Uma, and she's just going through Silent Hill right now. Like not even hyperbole. They put her in Silent Hill, looking for Air Groove. It's crazy. You know, there's always videos of, like, you know, oh, could Batman solve this? Could the Scooby Gang solve that? I want to see if they could, like, solve and, like, survive Silent Hill. I think that would be a fun video to see someone do. I feel like I'm not getting the, like, most sharp I can get. Alright. Well, whatever. Next step. Great. We've now drawn the basic geometric shapes of the scene. Save and continue. Oh, I saw that complicated should be edited. Okay. In stage 2, we're going to start adding some details. The shapes we've drawn so far are flattened versions of three-dimensional forms. The windows and doors, on the other hand, actually are flat. I'm going to use the zoom tool here, and I think you may find it useful too. Oh, trust me, bud, we've been finding it useful. It's a great way to add fine detail to your work where it's needed. While zoomed in, you can move around your drawing using the circle pad. Yeah, nice try, bud. That doesn't work like that. I didn't even notice that thing was there. Wow. Honestly, we might skip the Bob Ross for this one. And maybe I'll do like a whole separate stream doing a Bob Ross. Maybe that'll be fun little extra. That's it. Don't forget to draw the outline of the White House behind the windmill. Okay. Okay. Alright. Firstly, let's get this done. Oh, almost forgot the jazz. Oh, you know what? I should put Delta Tune in stream for streams like this. Let me move this over so I have more room on the touch screen to work with. It's rough being someone who's very go with the flow, you know, when, you know, it's tough doing this very go with the flow kind of, you know, life that I lead when my mom is very detail oriented. She very much needs a plan, and I can't blame her, you know. It's good to plan things, but it's not good to plan everything, you know? I think it's very important to have flexibility. I think it's very important to have those sort of moments where you can change a plan on a fly. You can change the whole thought process of something. And I think that's what part of what being an artist is about, you know? You have to be open to changing everything you've been doing on a whim. I think living like that is living in a very artistic mindset. Now, is it a good mindset necessarily? Is it a healthy one? That's not for me to really decide. But could be for you to decide. Could be for, you know. Yeah, I think that's all for that. Much better. I'm really starting to get a feel for what windmills look. Ugh. Ooh, I just had like a really bad acid reflux. You know what? I'm gonna real quick right now on stream hit up my boy. good. So I'm making progress. Let's keep adding more detail. The trees and bushes this time. Was that not what that thing in the corner was? Unlike the buildings, the vegetation in the drawing isn't formed of regular shapes. Let's try looser, more fluid lines to capture its complexity without drawing each leaf. Oh, it's like the tree. Okay. They're like the tree lesson. Juggling all this shit is starting to get me stressed. Alright. This step gives an organic touch to our picture, adding balance and variety. Alright. Oh, almost forgot the jazz. There we go, that's a little better. Gotta just, fill these little bits in. A lot of small brush strokes. And then, it's a lot more segmented, this lesson. I mean, that was really not much. Oh wait, is there something there that he did? It looks kind of like it. Let me zoom out and see. It's a smidge different. Oh, we got a response. Okay. All right. Okay, plans are set. Plans are set then. Alright. Alright. Rad, so I have to be out by 6:45. Or I have to be at his at 6:45. Okay. All good. And now we can continue with this. Yeah. I think that's good. Next step. There's one more part of the drawing to outline. The sails. It's just 4 rectangles, but we need to place them right, or our picture will look wonky. The grid will be very helpful here. Oh my god, you know what? I just realized I forgot something very important. Oh, is it not done? Okay, it's not out yet? The Sushi Ben cast list was supposed to be out today. First, I carefully placed the outside edges of the sails, then the inside. Then I simply connected the inside and the outside edges. Make good use of the grid, and it'll be quite easy. Ready to try it? Okay. I should probably leave the controller over on my left hand so that I could do this controller with my pinky. Alright, so. Oh, I forgot the jazz. Alright. Sorry about that. All the mild anxiety-inducing talk. I don't like to do that on stream, but I kind of have to sometimes. See, that's the good thing about working with pencil and paper this early on, is that you're just figuring shit out. So if this is 1, 2, 3, it needs to be in 1 and 2 only. Oh, that rodent is going on now and I can't. I have to send them eyes. I knew they'd call me a roach. Hold up. Icing on the cake. Icing on the cake, icing on the cake. Freaky Satono diamond. Alright. So this is the inner, no, this is the outer part of the sail. Alright. And then it seems that the sails are thicker on the bottom than they are on up top. But not by much. And it seems that there's a little bit of overlap in, like, you know, placement of them. Which I find a little strange, but, you know, it's whatever. So then this one goes... This one spans 3 whole fucking boxes. Hold on, here. There we go. Now I know where my shit's going. Like I said, this is the perfect reason, the perfect thing to do. You know, this is why whenever I do physical, I always do pen and paper, specifically. Alright, and then we clean it up. Now, for this one's gonna be tough. This is 1, 2, 3 across, so it's technically 9 by 9. Not 9, 3 by 3. So I can do this. This is, I'm a genius actually. If I keep the grid in frame where I'm working. See? I'm an intelligent little boy. Said the fucking nearly 25-year-old. I don't like the fact I'm gonna be 25 soon, man. There should be like a government mandated like care package for when you turn 25 to like help you cope with the fact that your life is kind of over. I know I shouldn't be like doomer about it because it's a little cringe, but like it's hard to not feel doomer-ish about, you know, the idea of growing old. Look at how crisp his fucking lines are, man. You only need one thing to get those shits done. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of this fictional old man. I wish I was a fictional old man, because at least then I'd be fake. And not have as heavy of a standard to live up to. Whap whap. All right. Why did mine look like that? Fuck. Alright. Next up. Well done. We finished all our outlines now. Save and continue. Yes. We will overwrite the save. In stage 3, we're going to start on the shading. Oh, is this a pure pencil work? That's kind of crazy. Have a look at this drawing. Oh, you know what? Let me, swap screens. Oh, I can just hit F9 for that? Oh, and I don't have a bind of that for myself, too. So that's even better. Okay. We are learning. Have a look at this drawing by Claude Monet. It's called Windmill at Zaandam. Monet did several paintings of Dutch windmills, but I'm particularly fond of this drawing. Like us, he used gray paper for his midtone and added the lighter and darker areas. Back in the tree lesson, we discussed the difference between line drawing and mass drawing. We're going to start our mass drawing now, using the flat of our HB pencil. Since our outline is done, we can turn off the grid and zoom tools. We're just going to block in the darker areas of the drawing. Looking at our scene, that means just about everything that isn't sky or windmill. We won't shade everything as one mass, though. We want to treat each object individually and try to use directional marks to give an impression of form. I see. I don't see. Okay, you said you don't want to shade everything as just one, but then, like, you kind of are. We're just shading the broad areas here, leaving the detail until the next step. My favorite step, line art. Why does mine look like that? Alright, I am going to actually still zoom in because I tend to work better being very close up to the details of everything. But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. This isn't my first time being to my NYC. I think this is my fourth time being at the Javits Center. So I'm not particularly worried about what could happen there. I'm just, it's always a bit nerve-wracking when you're in a public setting, when you're not used to. And I'm not used to it. I'm very much a wallflower, if you would. But it's good to be out like this. It's good to be with friends, and we're gonna have some fun. Maybe people will recognize me this year. No one recognized me last year, which kind of a bummer. Felt kind of lame to not be recognized, but at the same time, maybe it's a good thing that I wasn't recognized. Because I feel like if I was recognized, I would have been even more shell-shocked and stunned. Doing a lot of up and downs for this, but I think what I should be doing is crossing Or not, maybe a little bit of crossing for it. But I think for the tree I should be doing side to side, and not for the tree, for the house I should be doing side for side. For the tree, I think I'm going to go with like spiral patterns, just to kind of break things up. I'm going to follow Vincent's sort of train of logic here with the houses, or house in this case, being side to side rather than up and down. I don't know why, but being zoomed in seems to give it less drift, less traction, I guess. And then for the ground, he did like diagonal. And he also seems to be going for like perspective with it. So like the closer he got to here, he started like kind of airbrushing it out this way. Kind of giving it like, you know, that's the center point of it all, which is weird, but interesting. And then for this, like I said, I think I want to do like a spiral kind of shading. Give it form, you know? He never said how I had to shade, just, you know, he gave a suggestion and I'm thinking my own thing. I think I like my own thing more. Because, like, look at that. That adds, like, that gives it, like, a texture to it of, like, you know, airiness. I mean, I fuck with it. I think. Next step. Now we're going to add some really dark areas to increase the tonal variation of our scene. Making objects look bright or glow doesn't mean using white for all your bright colors. Instead, the effect is achieved by making everything around it dark. Have a look at this image. Which square looks brighter? Most people would say the one on the right. Oh. In fact, they're the same color, but the one on the right looked brighter due to contrast. Adding contrast to a drawing increases the tonal range as well. If we make the darkest areas very dark and the brightest areas very bright, it will create a broad range of tones in the picture. This adds depth and realism to a picture, so it seems to jump off the page at you. We'll switch to the point of the pencil for this. Extend our sharpness on these. The square building is quite dark, but not as dark as the windmill's roof and door. There are some really dark areas in the foliage and in some of the smaller details. In the tree lesson, we learned about hatching, but there are other ways of shading objects. Oh, what the fuck did I do? Okay. Did not mean to do that. Hold on. Control and Z. Etc. We can use different types of lines to help bring the surface we are shading to life. Straight lines, uneven lines, curvy twisting lines, or even loose circular scribbling. Loose, varied circles are actually a great way of describing foliage. And shading an object is as easy as going over and over an area to build up tone. I am going to use this technique with the zoom tool to shade the trees in our drawing. Let's get to work on those details. Watch how I do it if you're not sure. So basically, going over the outlines, and then he's gonna like scribble. Fuck, even his scribbles look good. Man, I could fall asleep to this music. What the hell is he doing there? Oh, he went over the windows too. That's it. Ready to give it a try? That plum bastard. Alright, we'll do the doors. Oh, jazz. Just want to make sure that the door outline still appears. And it doesn't look like we're just like scribbling mess onto the paper. Alright. I think the meds are starting to like hit the lock-in moment more than they are the yap. Now, why does he go in like this? Like, what does that serve to the composition, I wonder? Or does it not serve anything at all and it's just there to be there? Like, why not erase some of this if it is superlative? Which it definitely seems to be. Right. It'd be crazy if there was like an animator out there, or like not an animator, but like a comic artist out there today that started with this. Where'd you get your start doing comics, big comic guy? You know, big name comic guy? Oh, you know, I was a young lad and I learned how to draw through Art Academy on the DS, on the 3DS. Whoa. Crazy. I'm not crazy. These weren't there before, right? I don't fully believe that he's using the same tools. It looks like he went over and did more broad HB. I mean, I can't complain. I'm, you know. But, you know, I would have liked to be informed of, like, what I'm doing. Just a smidge, you know? God, I'm actually like really tired out of nowhere. He went over his windmill, like, piece. So I think it's fair that I can do it. Yeah, this kind of goes hard. This kind of goes hard if you don't know anything about art or good art. And like what good art looks like. Which is not this, you know. I wish I could like see what he put in there. Da, 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 da. Alright, I think that's everything in the picture that I could replicate. I want to clean up that line. Alright. Now let's look at it overall. I could have gone lighter up here. I could have gone lighter. But for what it is, kind of a masterpiece. Kind of peak. Not really. Great. We've added shading to almost all of our drawings now. Yay! Save and continue. I don't know how many parts there are to this. But I do need to kind of hurry it up. So, if this goes on for another like 4 or 5 parts and it's not like, you know, done in the next like 3, might have to make this less than a 2-parter. But that's fine. That's fine. Alright. In stage 4, we're going to shade the sails of the windmill. Before we start, have a look at this painting by Monet called Tulip Fields in Holland. If we look closely at the windmill, we can see that Monet has painted the sails very roughly. He wasn't an architect trying to record the precise structural details of the windmill. Instead, he managed to capture the essence of the sails in an effortless, minimal way. Being an artist is about choosing what to paint or draw without needing to capture every detail. Monet shows that we don't need to draw every spar in the sails to make our drawings look good. For the first step, let's lightly shade the whole area of the sails. We'll go back to the 2H pencil for this and keep using the zoom tool. Watch how I tackle this. Now I'm going to shade each sail using simple lines. Okay, so we're not doing that like ridiculous amount of cross-hatching and shit. Gotcha. We're not cross-hatching, but like the markings and shit. When we had Don Quixote, though, it's a tricky skill to master, so don't worry too much if it doesn't go quite right. I will worry though, because how am I supposed to be a good artist if I fuck this up? Oh, cafe. Speaking of, I really want to get Manhattan Cafe when she comes out, but I'm also saving for Fine Motion. And I think Cafe drops before Fine Motion. I also need to like start playing the game more again and doing career runs again. But part of me is like worried too, because you only get 200 and I don't want to have to like let go of any of them. I also need to finish Absolute's event, which that'll be something. Maybe I'll play that as like a second channel thing. Which, if you don't know, I do have a second channel that's where all that's pretty much just no commentary video versions of my videos. Which, you know, I assume would be better versions than. But, I don't know. You tell me. Go check it out. Nick says NZ58EX, I believe is the channel, or NZ58 Extra. Let's check. Yeah, NZ58EX. I might also use that as like a personal little place to, you know, talk about the process on scripting videos and stuff, and you know how it's affecting me, how certain videos are going, and all that. Because I think that would be an interesting thing to, you know, put out there and hear about. You know, amateur YouTubers that are more YouTubers for fun than money. Because, you know, God knows this shit ain't getting monetized anytime soon. I'd have a better time getting called back for that pharmacy that I will not name, in hopes that they do not find this channel and do not immediately disqualify me from applications, which I actually need to call them tomorrow and set some shit up. Because on the website, on Indeed, it says urgent hire. Which, you know, in my head means we're desperate for anyone. God, please, someone sign up. But you can never be too sure. You know? You never know when HR is going to step in and be like, I love getting resumes, but I would never, ever, ever read one. that one thing. Seems like he just kind of didn't bother in these areas, but maybe that's just because I can't see them too well. Honestly, this is coming together way better than I expected. Alright. Then I'm gonna clean up the edges just a bit. Alright, next step. Well done. Now let's switch to a darker HB pencil. The main detail we're missing is the big wooden spars that support the sails. I see. So now we're doing that. Okay. You cannot get dots that small, bro. As well as the spars, you can try emphasizing other details if anything catches your eye. Remember that when it comes to interpreting your subject, there's no right or wrong. Alright. I mean, I think I'm already starting off wrong. Because, like, you know, oops. I wish my 3DS was working, because if I was, I would just bring this with me and just do this whenever I'm done looking around and buying shit. I have to do it slow, but I also need to be done soon, because I also need to eat, which I haven't done yet. Oh, maybe you can get dots like that. Oh, shit. Oh. It's starting to get hot in the room again. Uh-oh. I'm falling asleep. I gotta eat, I gotta take the dog, I gotta shower, gotta brush my teeth. Why is being a human so hard, man? Why can't I just be a robot? Why can't I be a clanker? Clanker was like funny for like a week, and then people start like just adapting real actual slurs, and then it's like, oh, I'm uncomfortable by this now. Some of y'all just kind of want to say a real genuine slur with no repercussion, and I do not fuck with that. I mean, I'm still gonna say clanker like for fun, but like I know some of y'all ain't saying it for fun. Some of you saying it because you mean it, but you mean it towards like a real person. All right. next step. This is gonna be the last step if it's not done soon. Great, that's the last of the shading finished. Oh, 5 of 6. Okay, so then this is perfect. Save and continue, and then after this we'll be done. It does look lighter like that. Fuck. I should probably pause that. In stage 5, we're going to add the lighter tones to the drawing. Let's look again at Monet's drawing of the windmill at Zaandam. It's a wonderful example of bright marks on gray paper, bringing a drawing to life. He used the white mainly to brighten the sky and the reflection in the water. First, let's use the flat of the white pencil to draw the clouds in the sky. Clouds are simple and fun to draw, and they can be very striking in this kind of sketch. Oh shit, 157. I didn't realize we were that up in subscribers. Let's go. I enjoyed that. Are you ready to try it? No, sir, but we will give it our all. Honestly, I might do this really quick. Alright, just to get an idea of where I'm starting. Oops. Yeah. Man, it's stressful doing things that you wanted to do. This is why I don't know if I necessarily could ever go to, like, you know, go to Japan with the guys. Because there's so much you gotta, like, plan for, and so much you gotta account for, that, like, you know. And, like, I'm not a good traveler, you know. I think I would let that stuff get to me and be, like, worried, like, oh, am I fucking up the trip for someone else because of my poor planning? Am I fucking this up for, like, you know, someone because I'm not good right now? But, you know, in my head, I, like, you know, that's all shit that's in my head, but then, like, I know that my friends wouldn't be like that about it with me. I think they would tell me if I'm, like, if I'm freaking out or if I fucked up. And I don't think they would be, like, mad at me, but I think, you know, like, I don't think necessarily they would ruin it for them, but I'd worry that it was, you know? That's always the worst, when you know what you're worried about is likely just, you know, not real, but then you still fall for it. You know? Look at the loser. He fell for his own ruse. Alright, well, you know what, we can, I can deal with that later. Oh my god, this kind of looks like a phoenix, or like a dragon, almost. That's cool. It's a very cloudy image, like damn. A lot more than I had noticed. Watch, and then I'm gonna pull back and it's gonna like somehow look good after fucking with it like this. I swear, every time I play Art Academy, I go through like the 5 stages of like I should quit drawing forever. And like it's always like it's like the same as like watching a Bob Ross. It's like there's like, you know, and following along, it's like there's no way that I'd be able to do that. And then it's like you pull back and you're like, what the fuck? Okay, you know, I definitely fucked it up a little bit, but the texture on mine is also weird. Now we're going to add some contrast on the windmill by lightening its brighter side. In the melon lesson, we talked about Paul Cézanne using planes of color to create form. The master landscape painter and draftsman Claude Lorraine also used similar techniques. Oops. He simplified his drawings into subtle planes of varying tone to create depth and form, and used weighted lines and soft planes of shadow to bring his work to life. Breaking down a rounded form into planes helps us understand how the light affects it. Here's a breakdown of our windmill. Some planes are lit, and others cast in shadow. Now let's lighten those bright planes. I see. So not much changes in this step, but you know. So heavier on the side. Gotcha. We can ignore the shadow cast by the sail for now. We'll sort that out later. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna kind of try and get her done normal style. But like you can definitely see that the texture is off. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much about tomorrow. Maybe I'm worrying too much about money. Maybe I'm worrying too much about everything else. This is a fun thing that I wanted to do, that I agreed to do, so I should just do it, you know? I shouldn't be holding myself back with the fear that I am going to be a burden on someone else's experience, because I don't think any of my friends would think of me that way. I don't think anyone necessarily thinks of me that way, but I think of me that way. So, you know, I guess I'm just projecting that self-loathing onto others as general loathing when it's not, you know, not even close. So how much am I paying you guys for this therapy session, huh? Ay, ay, ay. I think that came out decent. So let's... Next step. Good. Now it's time to add a few details with the point of the white pencil. There's the notice on the left-hand building. The gaps in the tree. The gaps in the tree. A few other bits too, which you can spot with careful observation. I'm also going to sharpen some edges of the clouds to add form and solidarity. Makes sense? Hey, we're almost done. Give it a go. Don't forget to zoom. Don't forget the zoom tool if you need it. Trust me, I am not forgetting the zoom tool because I do need it. I'm nothing without the zoom tool. If you're nothing without it, shouldn't have it. The shittiest version of Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming, but instead of becoming a photographer for the Daily Bugle, he goes into fucking the arts, like, you know, painting and shit. Alright, and then that, and then he said go over the notary. I'm guessing this is the notary. This, and then this was a window. Oh, and then he started to outline this cloud here specifically. No, he added a little bit more to up here too. Alright, a little bit there. A little bit on that bird one. It looks like there's a bit here. But not really anywhere else. Next step. Wonderful. We've added all the lightest parts now. Alright. Save and continue. And, we're gonna add in the shadows, which is probably just gonna be like erase certain areas for effect. In stage 6, we'll add some final touches with the putty eraser. The putty eraser is soft and pliable, so it's sometimes called a kneadable eraser. As well as corrections, erasers can be used to draw on existing pencil marks. The putty eraser is especially good for this, as we can shape it to a fine point. We'll use this to draw the shadow of the sail into the bright of the windmill. We can also soften the lid surface so that the windmill looks rounder. And then this is the last step, I think. So went a little longer than I expected, but 3 hours is kind of the average, I think, for one of these art academies. When was the last time we did one? Yeah, 209, so it's typically long. Much better. Are you ready for your final step? Oops. Alright. Cafe. I think I want to start from the top. Because I know I can more accurately kind of roll this down. And then from there, I think I can maybe straighten it out a little. There we go. It's better, I think. Although maybe the straightness of it was... Maybe curving does give that illusion of depth. I don't know. You know, circling back, I do think that people need a stronger word than cracker. I do think that we need a stronger one than that. As good as cracker is, it doesn't quite hit right, you know? Finish the lesson. Let's go. Alright. Marvelous. Aren't windmills grand? Indeed they are. Oops, let me... Let's go back and remind ourselves how we went about drawing it. We've learned how to use simple shapes as a basis for drawing more complex structures. We also talked about identifying planes to help establish the lighting of a scene. We started by drawing the outlines of the basic shapes in the scene. Once that was done, we added some details to the drawing. Then we shaded in the darker areas of the drawing. We drew the sails next, choosing to show them in a simplified way. With darker areas done, we used the white pencil to add the bright parts. Then we used the putty eraser to add our finishing touches. Remember my painting of Don Quixote I mentioned? This is what I've done so far. After today's lesson, I now feel much more confident about finishing it. Taking the time to study something carefully is important to understanding your subject matter. Many great painters did elaborate drawings before tackling their paintings. In the next lesson, we'll be going outdoors again to try out a new type of drawing tool. Or why not try the watermill mini lesson to practice what we've learned today. As for me, I'm going to find Bacon. Where has that scamp got off to now? Alright, yeah, let's save the session, finish it up. And from there, we'll hop out and we'll take a break, quit, and back to home menu we are. Yes. All right, that will be all for today. I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. And, you know, just tell me, you know, whatever. Once again, as a final reminder, that tomorrow, and only tomorrow, I will be at Anime NYC down at the Javits Center in New York City. So if you spot a guy cosplaying Bob from Tekken, or if you go to my Twitter account at NixS58Real and, you know, keep an eye out for that tweet of me going out and doing this, you'll be able to, you know, catch me and maybe take a picture, maybe, you know, call me some kind of insult or whatever. I look forward to meeting anyone who is a fan of the channel or knows me off of Twitter. I will just be walking around. I am there as a guest of, you know, paid things. I'm there to browse. I'm there to walk around and to do shit. I'm not, you know, I'm not big enough for anything. But yeah, if you spot me, come say hi. I'll probably be with friends, so I can't talk along. But yeah. And aside from that, what's coming up next? Up next on the channel, which is going to be the last stream of the month, is Lego Avengers. I'm looking forward to this very much. I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm sure it'll be fun to watch. You know, Lego games are always fun to watch, for me at least. But yeah, so that is all for today. I am gonna go shower, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth, and then I'm gonna go walk the dog maybe, or maybe I'll walk the dog first. I have to eat. I think that's the most important thing, because I haven't eaten anything today besides Cheez-Its. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.